Hey guys, what's up? It's your buddy Keith, and I am here live again in the control room at the one and only world famous Essex Recording Studios, just outside London in Southend-on-Sea, England, baby. And today I've got something insanely cool to share with you guys. This is the personal mix monitor of Phil Collins from Phil Collins and Genesis. That he used on all of his records. I'm going to tell you about this. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit subscribe, come join our circle of friends. And if you want to buy this, head on over to EssexRecordingStudios.com. You can see it there. There'll be a link in the description and probably in like one of the pinned comments here on the YouTube video. So, what is this thing and how did I get it? A few months back, I bought pretty much the recording studio owned by Genesis and Phil Collins that was used on all of their records since '84. In fact, this Lexicon 480L digital effects system is theirs. And you can see, what do we have here? This is the Lark controller. I think I've got something that actually says Farms. There we go. Fisher Lane Farm Ltd. So the studio they had, this was like purpose built. It's in Surrey, in England, and it's called the Farm Studios, also Fisher Lane Farm Studios. But this was Genesis's headquarters, and all the individual members, like Mike and the Mechanics, all their projects were recorded there. Phil Collins' solo records recorded there, and it was a heck of a setup that they had. I got a 56-channel SSL 4000E console, upgraded to G+. That is the predecessor to what we see here. This is the top of the line Rolls-Royce solid state logic desk now. This is the Duality Delta. But before that was the analog E series back in the 80s. And it had, just like you see over here, you've got a patch bay kind of bolted onto the side of the desk. Well, over on that side, they had an AMEC sidecar. And what that would do is that had all like point-to-point wiring to go to these custom-built mix monitor stations. Now, in today's day and age, I think, here at the studio, we have these Behringer, what are they called, like X2 personal mix monitor stations. But back in the day, they didn't have them, and you had to have them custom-made. And these, I'll show you something really cool in the back. You'll see inside there's like loads of wiring, and these were like a lot of money, and you had to get an engineer to just custom build one of these for you. You can see there's like heavy duty, like this textured rough kind of military metal that you see there. Now what's really cool here is you can see we've got some kind of like gaffer tape with writing on it for, all right, there's the drums first, of course, for Phil Collins. You got keys, there you go, the track there. On the back, you can also see this is Phil's. And I didn't even know this. I just Googled it. I was like, whoa, there's a Gretsch drum mount mounted to the back of this thing. I was like, you know what? I don't even know what company, what drum company Phil Collins uses. And guess what? Gretsch, since 1983, he's been endorsed by them. And, yeah, guys, that's his drum mount so that he could have this while sitting at his drums, recording the records that you all have heard that have sold millions and millions and millions of records. For God's sake, Disney Tarzan soundtrack, think of all of the work that Genesis has done. You can see a little bit of that wiring through there. But all of that came through this box. Everything you can think of that was done by Genesis, by Phil Collins, and probably a few other people who would have, still recorded in the studio and needed a mix monitor. Or if, Phil played drums on their tracks. Eric Clapton was there, George Harrison. The studio even has credits for like Lady Gaga, Shaka Khan in the 80s. Big credits to the studio, but this was Phil's personal studio, and this was his personal mix monitoring station. And so what would happen is while he's playing and recording, he might want to hear a little bit, let me hear the backing track a little bit. Let's turn it up in my headphones. That's what this would do. Or, oh, I want to hear the keys more. There we go. Let me turn that up. We got 2 channels for the keys there. Right. So, might be stereo, like a left and a right. There you go. And, I'm not a sound engineer. I own the studio. I'm not the engineer here. This is almost like a spaceship to me. But it's just really, really cool to see and touch and have this thing that was really, like, when you think about it, one of the most critical things to Phil for performing on the records, because this controlled what he heard and how he responded to what he heard. Without this, he'd just have to improvise and hope for the best. So this is actually a really critical unit. You can't go buy one of these. Like I said, this is custom built for the farm studios, for Phil, for Genesis. And what's really great, it's got his name on it. Looks like in 97 it was serviced. And, what's super cool is you can see this was mounted right on his kit on a stand with his Gretsch hardware. That is really, really cool. If this doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will. I've actually got the monitors for the rest of the band and the rest of the studio, but to me, this one's kind of the most special, and I think this one stands out. We love all the guys in Genesis and love Mike and the Mechanics, but I think anyone will tell you, if you come into a place like this when you record, it's the drums that lay the foundation for the track. It's what gets everything going, and it's what you build around. Phil Collins, I don't think it's rude to say, certainly the most famous member of the band, and as an individual, I would say the most influential on music. With tens of millions of records sold, all that came through this unit into his headphones so he could play. Wow, guys, it doesn't get much cooler than that. So, yeah, there you have it. I am selling this unit. I'm also selling this is up for sale, the Lexicon. We're raising money for the studio. We're doing some major upgrades here. I love that we've had this. It's not something I'm going to use here in the studio, although you absolutely use this thing. But I think it should go to a hardcore Phil Collins Genesis fan, or a museum that will really, really appreciate this and carry on the story of its life. So, with that being said, you can hop over to EssexRecordingStudios.com and buy this unit. If you're an American buyer, you definitely want to buy it off of our official website. You will get charged like internet sales tax if you're American and you buy on eBay or Reverb. But we will have this on eBay and Reverb as well. And for size, you can see my hand here. You can see my arm. That gives you kind of a comparison. Got my old Fitbit there. But yeah, just a really, really cool unit with a cool special history. Stay on our site and you'll see some other Phil Collins Genesis stuff. This has his presets. It's got the memory card with the expansion pack there. We've got the Fisher Lane Farm Studio, like all the manuals. Pretty epic stuff, guys. And we've already sold. We had the PCM70 digital effects processor. This one comes from the Invisible Men. This has been used on like Iggy Azalea, Lil Peep, Jessie J. It's been used on everyone. But we had the one that Phil Collins and Genesis had. That's gone to Oxford. We still have this. And the desk, the big desk I was telling you about, that is for sale. And actually, in a few days, Genesis is playing their last show at the London O2 Arena. Big show. I think it's the 24th of March. So, yeah, guys, it's going to be sad to see them stop touring, but it's, we will always have the music. And for a super fan out there, you have your chance to get your hands on something really, really epic with a really special story behind it. Every ounce of Phil Collins music and Genesis music has gone through this unit into Phil's ears. He touched all these knobs, controlled it, and it was mounted on his drum kit. As you can see, it's got his Gretsch mounting bracket on the back. There we have it, guys. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully you got a kick out of that. And other than that, follow us on all the socials, at Essex Recording Studios, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, of course, here on YouTube. I'll catch you later. I got a really cool, super early 1983, 84 ESP custom Strat to share with you. So that's coming up next, guys. Catch you later.